conservationists, the population of a certain wildflower is so small that the species is headed for extinction. So we're saying like, hey, this population is so small that we're heading towards extinct. Cool. However, this wildflower can cross-pollinate with a closely related domestic daisy, producing viable seeds. I'm like, interesting. So I guess we're gonna do some breeding here. Such cross-pollination could result in a significant population of wildflower daisy hybrids. The daisy should therefore be introduced into the wildflowers range, since although the hybrid would differ markedly from the wildflower, hybridization is the only means of preventing total loss of the wildflower in its range. So I want to find my conclusion. So my conclusion here is the daisy should be introduced into the wildflower range. And necessary assumption questions are a little bit harder to predict because there's like many that it could be. Where sufficient is easier to predict. But I know that this is a necessary assumption because I have the word assumption and depends. And so I'm like, what must be true or what is needed for my conclusion to have a chance? So this is going to be a top-down question, which means we're going to tend to want a more mild answer. It's like what's the bare minimum necessary? So I am going to predict something here. I'm going to predict I guess like maybe that like there's enough daisies to cross-pollinate with that like they would survive, or maybe like there's not something bad that would happen by crossbreeding them. Like there's like, you know, like you would actually want to. Would kind of be my predictions. So go ahead and start with A and tell me if you like it, leave it, or hate it.
The wildflower currently reproduces only by forming seeds. Don't like it. Hate it.
Yeah, because do we need to know that, do they only need to happen by forming seeds?
No.
Nope. All right, excellent. What about B?
The domestic daisy was bred from wild plants that once grew in the wildflowers range. That doesn't matter. I don't like it. I hate it.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, we don't care where they once grew.
Increasing the population of the wildflower will also expand its range, but we don't really need to worry about that, I don't think.
The daisy should be therefore introduced into the wildflower's range. Increasing the population of the wildflower will also expand its range.
Doesn't really say that.
It's the only means of preventing total loss. Oh, you know what? Our conclusion is also hybridization is the only means of preventing total loss of the wildflower in its range. The wildflower currently reproduces only by forming seeds. That doesn't matter. The domesticated was bred from, increasing the pop. Yeah, no, not C.
Wildflower daisy hybrids will be able to reproduce. I like this one.
Yeah.
And I really like this one.
Excellent.
Because the fact that they're claiming that hybridization is the only means of preventing it from loss, and you should introduce these daisies is okay. Well, what if we introduce these daisies and they don't reproduce? They can't reproduce. You know what I mean?
Yes. If we negated it, it would say wildflower daisy hybrids will not be able to reproduce. Well, if they can't reproduce, then what's the point? Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about E?
The domesticated daisy will cross-pollinate with any daisy-like plant. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we don't need them to cross-pollinate with any daisy-like plant. We just need these ones to reproduce.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So I'm going to have you do some harder necessary assumption questions.